Trade War 2.0, How China Challenges Europe's Dairy Policy. In the volatile and dangerous world of global trade, where every new political decision or tariff regulation often shifts the balance of power, China has made a strategic move that has shocked the international community. While high-tech industries, heavy industries, and raw materials have traditionally dominated global trade, China has turned to a seemingly invisible yet highly effective tool: dairy products. In a surprising move, China has brought cheese, butter, and cream to the battlefield in its ongoing trade war with the European Union, grinding global commerce to a halt. This surprising decision, which may seem trivial at first glance, reflects a profound strategic calculation amidst the broader geopolitical conflict brewing on the automotive front. The origins of this dramatic conflict can be traced back to a trade dispute over electric vehicles. In recent years, China has made significant progress in developing electric vehicles, leading the EU to feel threatened by its domestic automakers. To counter the growing influence of Chinese electric vehicles in the European market, particularly in key countries like Germany and France, the EU imposed tariffs of up to 48% on electric vehicles imported from China. This protectionist measure aims to protect European automakers, who are increasingly being squeezed. Faced with an attack on one of its leading economic sectors, China must retaliate, perhaps by imposing tariffs on European cars or technology products. But rather than resorting to the expected tit-for-tat response, China has opted for a subtler yet highly effective method: dairy products. What initially appeared to be a strange counterattack turned out to be a brilliant example of China's ability to exert pressure in the complex world of global trade in unexpected ways. By focusing on dairy products, China is targeting a particularly sensitive sector: the EU's agricultural sector, specifically the dairy industry, which plays a key role in many European countries. The decision to include cheese, butter, and cream in the trade dispute is not just an economic response. It's a geopolitical chess move that strikes the EU where it is most vulnerable: agriculture, a sector that often leads to political tensions and pressures on European governments. The dairy industry in Europe is not only economically important but also politically influential. Farmers, especially dairy producers, form a powerful voting bloc that is often at the center of political decisions. By targeting this sector, China aims to destabilize Europe's political elites and force them to make a choice. Should they continue to confront China and risk the livelihoods of their farmers, or should they adopt a less aggressive stance toward Chinese electric vehicles to protect their own agriculture? With this clever strategy, China has elevated the trade conflict to a multi-layered and highly complex level. Instead of simply responding to EU tariffs, China has found a way to maximize political pressure in Europe. The agricultural sector, particularly the dairy industry, is crucial for many European countries, and the threat of reduced exports to China has raised concerns in countries like Ireland and Italy. China is fully aware of the significance of this move. By launching an investigation into EU subsidies for dairy products containing more than 10% fat, including cheese, cream, and butter, China has initiated a strategic attack on a cornerstone of Europe's economy and society. In 2023 alone, the EU is expected to export dairy products worth around €17 billion to China, making the Chinese market one of the most important for European agricultural products. For instance, Ireland, which is particularly affected by this investigation, exported over €461 million worth of dairy products to China in 2023. The potential damage is enormous. However, the real appeal of this move lies in its political implications. Agriculture has been closely tied to Europe's domestic politics. In recent years, European farmers have repeatedly protested against measures ranging from climate regulations to subsidy cuts. By focusing on dairy products, China is bringing these powerful political actors to the forefront of the trade dispute, applying immense pressure on EU governments. The message is clear: Economic isolation and protectionism come with costs, and those costs can be steep. Farmers' associations in Europe have begun preparing for potential economic losses. In countries like Italy, which is known for famous cheeses such as Parmesan and mozzarella, losing the Chinese market could have severe economic consequences. In Ireland, where the dairy industry is a crucial pillar of the rural economy, there is a risk of job losses and social unrest. Several farmers' associations across Europe have called on the EU to reconsider its trade policies toward China to prevent the impending collapse of the agricultural sector. The dairy dispute underscores China's growing confidence and its ability to influence global trade dynamics in unexpected ways. By avoiding direct confrontation in the automotive sector, China has protected its electric vehicle industry from potential harm while simultaneously striking a sensitive nerve in the EU. This shrewd move demonstrates that China is playing the long game, a game not only focused on short-term economic gains but also on restoring the global trade and power balance over the long term. China's decision to place the dairy industry at the center of the trade dispute could have far-reaching consequences. The global dairy market could experience significant fluctuations due to changes in China's import policies, while dairy exporters from countries such as New Zealand and the United States may try to fill the gap. At the same time, the European electric vehicle market could be affected by new tariffs, complicating the EU's efforts to achieve ambitious climate goals. As the trade dispute continues, the economic and political relations between the EU and China are at a critical turning point. This conflict, which began over a seemingly trivial product like milk, could forever alter the balance of power between two economic giants. It shows us that in today's world of global trade, nothing is as it seems, and even the most humble industries such as the dairy industry can become powerful weapons in the shifting geopolitical game. Dear viewers, today we provided a comprehensive overview of the complex geopolitical and economic dynamics of the trade war between the EU and China. Thank you for your support, and we encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments section. What solution do you see for this trade war? How long do you think this conflict will last? Will the EU strengthen its position, or could it end up losing out in the end? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. Your opinion matters to us, and we welcome your feedback. Your support is an honor to us. Stay tuned and see you next time.